We are live. Yes. Sorry, guys. I'm a little bit late. I'm always a little bit late to my lives because that's just who I am. But thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I've been seeing all your chats come through, and I'm very excited to be writing with you guys today. So there's 80 of you guys here. Oh my gosh. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you all are doing really well. I am so in the mood to write. So yeah. Yay. Awesome. I also am filming, technically. I'm filming a vlog. So if you want to say hi, say hi. Say hi in the chat so you guys can be in the next writing vlog. I feel like that would be so cool. There we go. Everyone's saying hi. Hi. So cool. I'm filming a new vlog, which is cool. And yeah, I'm very excited to be writing. Just some housekeeping. I guess my mic's working, I hope. Please let me know. And I'm very excited to just, start writing and do some Q&A as well before we start. So yes. And if you guys cannot see, I'm using StreamYard. I hate how it has the watermark in the corner. It's just how it is. This is like the first time me using it. I was a little bit stressed using it because they literally you have to sell your whole soul to sign up to these new things. So I'm just trying it out. I'll see if I like it. If I don't, then that's totally okay. But a lot of author tubers use StreamYard, so I wanted to give it a go as well. It's just nice because you can also, it's kind of like Discord, because I did a Discord writing live, which was really, really cool. And that's super easy, where you can screen record and kind of split your screens, and it's a lot easier. You can't do that in the normal YouTube studio, which is really annoying because you need a different software for that. So yeah, that's why. But also, if you guys want to check out the exclusive Discord, which is mostly for you guys, I don't go on it too often, but I am starting to do every month a writing session on there, a long writing session where I just chat with you guys. It's a lot smaller group, so I usually like to chill with you guys, just chat about fun things. We were talking about, what were we talking about? We were talking about salt and vinegar chips for 5 minutes, and it was the best thing. I loved it so much. So it was really fun, and it's a lot smaller group, which is really, really nice. Yes. So then, that should be in my recent, I think it's also in my recent video, some link. So yes. But first, before we get writing, I do want to do a quick Q&A session, maybe around 15 minutes. If you guys have any burning questions, any general questions. I'm really excited to be filming today's vlog because today's a really busy uni day where I have some weekly assignment due. I have lots of lectures to get through. So it's super stressful. And I really, really want to because I was watching so many different amazing new YouTubers who are talking about what it is to be a student writer. So I'm very excited to be kind of just talking about that in the video as well. So yes, that is the vibe. That is the vibe. Hope you guys are having a good day, but let's get into some questions. Oh my gosh, everyone's so nice. Thank you for all your sweet comments, about my necklace and my shirt and my hair. You guys, what the heck? Too sweet. But if you have a question, we can do that, and I can actually show the thing. I can show you guys. Let's see if there's any cool questions. Okay. Let's see. I have a pretty room. Thank you. I was stressing out about the background. It's okay. It's just my bed. It's kind of awkward because I do work calls. I should probably use the blur feature, but everyone can see my bed. So that's where I sleep every night. Okay. Ooh, here's a good question. We can see it. That's so cool. Okay. Tiramisu. I love tiramisu, by the way. I actually had it for my birthday cake this year. Anyways, going through a writing burnout, what do you suggest I should do? writing burnout literally sucks. I'm so sorry that you're in that. There is really just like it's honestly just time having to get over writing burnout. It really depends on like why you have burnout. Is it like just emotional burnout? Is it just because you're busy with uni or school? Sometimes it's just really difficult to like pinpoint that because there's so many different parts of your life that can be stressing you out, and that's why you haven't been able to do writing. And you're probably burnt out like emotionally, physically, in all aspects of your life. Writing burnout, what helped me get out of it was reading books in my genre or favorite, like high school books I used to read. Like, they were like my favorite, and that's what's like instigated my love for writing and reading. Writing poetry. Sometimes you just got to write some sort of other different medium of writing to kind of help with that, or just reading your own writing also really helps. Reading your project helps. Like, don't force yourself to write, just read a little bit of your book because it takes a lot longer to write than read. So very good question. I'm sorry you're into that. I'm actually the opposite. I'm like writing a lot recently, which is crazy. You're welcome. Alrighty, where is another interesting question? There are so many questions. Please do not spam the chat though. That would be great. Okay. Let's see. What's your favorite character from your books? Very cool question, Hannah. Thank you. I have got this question before, but it always changes. It's like picking your favorite child. I really like Max from my Ghost Side novel. He's like a really cool ghost. And he has like bleached blonde hair. He has like black roots. He's like huge. He has like huge cargo boots, and he wears kind of like army trousers and a white shirt, like a white tank top. He's just like so cool, and he's like such like a thick head. Like, not that he's dumb, he's just very brunt, and he's like the brunt of the group. He's the one driving a lot and like stressing people out, and he loves just like taking risks and not caring at all. So he's someone who would jump off a cliff with you. You know what I mean? And I kind of love that for him. So yeah, thanks for that question. My outfit is eating. Thank you, Joel. You're so sweet. Thank you. Ooh, very good question. Thank you so much for that. Kind. You guys are so cute and so nice. Do you have any advice on staying motivated to write? I have ADHD and burnout, so I don't know how to keep writing throughout. Yeah, that's really difficult. I'm sorry you're feeling that way. Yeah, advice staying motivated. To me, I don't know if this works for you guys, but this is literally what works for me. I'm a person who likes to see things to the completion, and I think understanding also, okay, this is actually it. Understanding how you tick. I realize how I tick, and that's only like recently I've been realizing how I actually get things done. It is not through consistency. Like, I cannot write every single day for like 4 hours. That is just not who I am. I'm a person who stays up late, like past my bedtime, to write. I'm someone who gets in their mind that they're going to finish this draft in a month, and I will do it. Maybe. But I'm a person who works really hard in short successions. That's just how I work. So I am used to having long times of not writing and then writing and smashing out some really good writing. And that's just how I stay motivated, is knowing that I will be in the mood to write eventually. And actually, I just kind of want an excuse to talk about this, but I just bought a Snufkin game. I don't know if you guys know about Moomin. I freaking love Moomin. The actual mic holder is a Moomin house. Like, that's Moomin's house. Sorry if I'm like hurting you guys' ears, but I love Moomin. Anyways, a Snufkin game I finally was able to buy, and I just played a little bit last night. And Snufkin, he is a flute player. He's a traveler. He's a flute player. No, sorry, harmonica. What am I saying? And there is something, like in the game, there's this little critter that kind of wants you to play your harmonica, and Snufkin just says, no, I'm not inspired right now. Like, he literally just says, no, I won't play for you. And I'm like, vibe. Like, yeah, you should not need to, like, do something if you're not inspired. Like, forcing yourself to write is that same exact thing. Although it's difficult, but I don't know if that's even relevant. But anyways, I just wanted to talk about that game. But I thought that was so interesting to see. Like, sometimes us as artists, we just need the time to write. And it kind of reminds me of all those videos online that's kind of like, nothing blooms, 24/7, 365 days a year, because there are seasons and you have to appreciate that. So sometimes if you're not motivated, it's just not when you're inspired. So good ways maybe to gain inspiration, if that makes sense. And actually in the game, Snufkin gains inspiration by just like running around in these bushes. It's like so cute. I want to play it on like a stream sometime. It'll be so cute. It's such a cozy game. I love it. Okay. Gosh, there's so many questions. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry if I can't get to yours. Ooh, very interesting question, Berkeley. When do you think is a good time in your story to introduce a love interest? I don't write too many romances, but I think I've actually been struggling with this a little bit, but mostly just about like introducing the second main character, because a lot of books I like want to do dual POV. It really depends on how main character this love interest is, but when it comes to like two main characters, which usually they are, you can introduce them whenever you want, whenever it feels right to, whenever the plots intervene. I recommend kind of introducing them while the main character, like as soon as they meet them, you know what I mean? I think that makes the most sense, if that makes sense. So then, for example, in my current project, you don't know anything about this other character, this like love interest, you could say, until the main character actually goes and like meets them. And then you get their POV of what they thought about the situation, maybe a coffee mix up or something, and they're in the coffee shop and they're like, like that's when you would switch it. So yeah. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But in some cases, the main character will also be the love interest, so you can actually introduce them in what they're doing. Usually in fantasy, for example, in another project I'm writing, I've introduced this other character because he's quite involved in the world. So it kind of gives a lot of more context about the world while this character, even before they meet and after they meet, if that makes sense. So I don't know if that makes sense. Sorry. I feel like sometimes I ramble and I don't know if I'm actually giving good advice. Ooh, very interesting question. How many scenes do you recommend for the first chapter? Ooh. Honestly, I would say one scene. I'm someone who really likes short chapters, especially the first chapter. Something needs to be instigated and something needs to follow from it to make your reader want to go to the second chapter. But really, whatever feels right for you, I'd say 1 to 2 scenes. If you can maybe try to continue that scene somehow, but if you really need to mix it up, that's totally okay. There just needs to be something leading to the second chapter that's like kind of what upsets your character's life. So some sort of action is always good in a first chapter. Very good question. Let's see. Ooh, very cool question. Do you have a favorite font to use? I actually do. I have a couple favorites. I like, when I'm writing my other drafts, I definitely write with New Times Roman because it's just so classic. But I also write with Laura. I really do like Laura recently. And then Spectral, I think it's what it's called. I love those fonts. Really fantastical, very like, it looks like you're writing a book. But I actually plot in Arial, if you guys didn't know. Arial's my favorite. I also use that for my academic work a lot. So plotting actually gets me into that academic flow of like, okay, this is work. We have to work this out, which is literally what plotting is. I like plotting. I don't like plotting. It's very hard. So I'm currently plotting, and I will be plotting in today's live, but sometimes it's difficult. So it kind of gets me in that mood. So I think font is really important. What are your guys' favorite fonts? I'm very curious. Ooh, very good question. How do you focus on one project when you have a ton of ideas and they're hitting dead ends? Yeah. Yeah, it's really difficult to find a book that you know is kind of something you can see to its end. Maybe try to converge the ideas into one book. That could be something that's interesting. If not, just try to stick with one project that sings to you most in your current vibe, if that makes sense. Yeah, it is really difficult because sometimes you have so many wonderful ideas that it's, you kind of feel like you're wasting time, and then you kind of just like end up wasting time eventually because you haven't finished one of them because you kept starting new ones. But if not, just write short stories. They could just turn into short stories. You know what I mean? So that is a really difficult question. I hope that helped somehow. Okay. Whoa, there's lots of questions. I'm sorry, guys. Ooh, I have a really quick answer for this one. Just go to Pinterest, find different settings, and then think about what can happen in that setting. For example, maybe you go to Pinterest, you see a photo of a graveyard. Looks very spooky, very cool. Take that, put that in your plotting guide, whatever, and think about what actions can happen in that scene. Maybe a ghost, maybe someone gets like resurrected, maybe someone gets cursed, like those sorts of actions. And then that's how you create a scene. Because a scene is literally just action, which is what your characters do. And your characters need to be in a setting. So that's like what I think. How I plot, basically. Favorite trope for romance, Emma asks. Hesitant allies to lovers. I like it when they kind of like don't hate, like they kind of just bully each other. They're kind of like competitive, maybe. But they end up really getting over that and kind of loving each other and kind of liking each other and showing that sort of, it's just so cute. It gives me like Peter Katniss vibes, but I need a little bit more of that rivalry where it's kind of like they're forced to be allies. Yeah. And like close proximity. Ooh, guys. I love that. I love that stuff. Love that stuff. Ooh, and just like where they have to like work together. I think that just, it builds so much trust. You know what I mean? And I really love, especially if they have a history or something, I think it's so like sweet and cool. How do I write a mystery? I don't know. The mystery, like a mystery book, I'm actually reading a mystery called The Thursday Murder Club. And I don't know how they write mysteries. It's so hard. But I have realized that, I mean, no offense to mystery writers, I understand why. But because I've been reading and writing fantasy for so long, like non-fiction type books, like mysteries, are so like bland in their descriptions. Like I'm just like, they're so like stringent with their words, which makes sense. It's just kind of like stating facts, what happened Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But it's like, I need some sort of fictitious like feelings. It's very objective, I feel. So I don't think I'll be reading any more mystery. So I don't know much about mystery. I'm sorry. Ooh, Ava, very good question. I'm writing the beginning of my book, and there's one scene that I can't get past. How do you get through it? How do you get through it? Yeah, I've had that. I've literally had that like the last couple days. You just got to plot it out. And it does take a while. You need to really think about why you're stuck. Is it maybe because you don't know what's happening, you're confused? Usually for me, it's like there is something that needs to happen and I got to backtrack. So therefore I got to like plot and think about and kind of not write, but really flesh out in my mind what will happen at the end and then backtrack. Because I know this is going to happen, but then if that happens, that doesn't make sense. And that's what I had in my scene that I was supposed to write. So in terms of getting past that, just try to plot well and just dot point. Like sometimes if I just have a scene I'm really confused about, I just do dot points of the actions, which helps a lot. If not, you can skip it. I don't recommend that. I always get stressed about skipping. So yeah, I don't know. I hope that helped a little bit. Well, everyone has so many amazing questions. Any tips for pacing and getting themes across? Pacing is difficult. I haven't really thought about it. Usually I just try to follow the structure of like upping up the pace, kind of quicker chapters, quicker actions, but that usually just happens intuitively or subconsciously through whatever your story is going through. So I don't have a lot to say on pacing because I feel like I'm still working on that. In terms of themes, I think it's important to focus on your characters and ensuring, that you really use them as the sort of vehicle in which your themes are realized in your book. Yeah. That's basically the main tip I have. Who was messaging me? Sorry. But interesting question. Thank you. I'll answer a few more because we're already on 22 minutes. Any tips for writing world building description? Very interesting question. Tips. Use inspiration from different books and media and your favorite sort of thing. Like, what's your favorite thing about world building? And try to make it realistic. Try to make things not too overpowered. I think the best systems have a lot of laws and a lot of like give and take. Like think of like dark magic. Like, yeah, it's really powerful, but the amount of sacrifice you need, that's what balances it out. Or else if there was no sacrifice, then it's exponential, so think about those couple things maybe. Wow. So I'm just reading through all these comments. They're all so good. I can't get to them all though. My cat is in my room. Another question. Do you ever wish you could give any of your characters a hug? Basically all of them. We all really need that. Favorite character trope definitely has to do with found family. I remember in a video I accidentally said, what did I say? I said like family to lovers. I was supposed to say enemies to lovers because I was talking about found family. Oh, I shouldn't have repeated that. But yeah. Gosh, there's so many good questions. I can't go through all of them. Let's see. Okay. Ooh. Sorry, I hope you guys can't hear that notification. Oh, it's V. Oh, she's sending me some. We're doing a collab, by the way. Sincerely V and I. It's going to be really cool. So, I don't mind it. Oh, do you have any advice on how to start an author channel? Kind of on the vibe right now. Just start. Just film. Also figure out whether or not you want to be an advice channel or a vlog channel. You don't need a fancy camera. You don't need anything crazy. Just invest time and learn how to use good editing softwares. For example, don't use Premiere Pro. Don't buy anything expensive. You can literally get for free this amazing editing software that I use, which is called DaVinci Resolve. So good. So good. I really recommend it. It's for free and it's way better than all those expensive Adobe editing products. So please use that. I hope that helps. But I'm very excited if you're starting a AuthorTube channel. That's so amazing. Okay, we'll go for 5 more minutes and then we'll start writing. I promise. Okay. Oh, very interesting question. As I said, Joel, I am filming a video today, which is cool. But when it comes to law school, yeah, I don't know how I balance stuff. Literally, what I do, you just gotta make sacrifices, to be honest. But sometimes I literally only can write during the nighttime. Sometimes I get so exhausted, I come home, I'm like getting ready for bed, and I kind of like about to like sit in my bed, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna write. And that's how I write in my bed eventually. So I don't sleep a lot nowadays because I'm just writing or studying. So sometimes you just gotta be a bit manic and write at unfathomable hours of the day. Yeah, pretty much. If not weekends helps a lot. And also saying no to things. I was gonna go to like this thing on Sunday, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna write because I promised myself I'll be writing a lot this weekend. So you just gotta make sacrifices, and it is a good sacrifice. Your book. Okay, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna scroll. Oh my gosh, I'm like scrolling all the way to the bottom, but it keeps refreshing. I'm so sorry. Jess! Hi, Jess. Yes. So, if you have any final questions, I have 3 minutes to answer them and we can get some writing done. Jess, you should write with us because it's fun. Well, so many questions. I feel like I answer a lot of these in my other lives, which is interesting. So I'm trying to find some really niche questions. Any cool questions? Like I always watch the other AuthorTubers lives, and there's always such interesting questions. Not that you guys are asking bad questions; they're very valid, very good questions. But I just want to know some very like not like kind of spicy, not spicy, but like some, yeah. Does that make sense? I don't know. Okay. But yeah, V and I are doing a video, which is cool. We're doing a video that's trying each other's writing routines. And she recently did a video of her like trying like to write as a full-time author, which was really cool. And I'm very excited to actually get her to try my own things like that. Oh, interesting question, Taylor. What is my favorite spot to write? Usually at my desk or on my bed. Or there's this really nice big chair I have downstairs, and it's the only chair my puppy is allowed to sit on because Lady, my dog, she isn't allowed to sit on the couch, which is usually how I write and stuff. So I like to sit there at the table, and it's like huge, so you can like recline back and she can sit right there. So that's also where I like to write. If not, I like going to the library. Library's nice. So thank you for that question. In terms of plotting, Gianna, it really depends. I find that when I start plotting, it's very just dot points because I kind of know what the first few chapters look like. But when it comes to like things I'm not too sure about, there's no harm in going in depth as possible. That includes if you have an idea for a dialogue, just write it down. You don't have to like say every single dialogue, but if you're writing, say like the characters have an argument, maybe you have a idea of how the argument starts, like you cheated on me, then you can write that. Because sometimes you really think about really good lines, so you just gotta vibe with it, but don't go too much in detail. I'll just focus on the action and the dialogue, and also some reasoning or some foreshadowing that you want to highlight. Really depends on what you want. So plotting, interesting. Let's see. Oh, we're already on 30 minutes. Okay. Oh no. Okay. How about we ask, I'm going to ask you guys a question. How long do you guys want to write for? Huh? How long do you guys want to write for? Usually I write for half an hour, but usually an hour, which I know we're not going to do because this is writing sprints. So let me know. 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 5, I don't even know how to say it. That's like 5 million hours. An hour, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 25 minutes, half an hour is good. Hi, Write with Joy. I'm just going to call you Joy, obviously. 30 minutes. Okay, I'm seeing lots of 30s. 30, 30. If we get one more 30, then we'll do 30. 30 is good. Okay. We're going to do 30. 25 is also a good one. But let's do 30 minutes. How about that? And I'm very excited to be writing. I'm going to be writing my fantasy project, plotting. So let's do 30 minutes. So if you guys want to open your documents and everything, I'm going to try my best to, I don't know what I just did. Also, guys, this is my first time, like, doing it. Present? Can I present? Share screen. Here we go. Sharing screen is easy with 2 monitor. Okay, here we go. Would you guys prefer this? No. This is fine. Add to stage. Ooh. That's cool. Oh, there's this. What do you guys prefer? Can you guys see me change this? Ooh. I feel like I'm moving all the time. I think this is the nicest. I know, it's so fancy. Hey, I'm using Flocus, which is what a lot of author tubers use. It's so cute. I think I saw Brielle use it in like her really like old videos, and I'm just like, oh, so cute. And I love the pink. Isn't the pink so cute? I love the pink. Or what do you guys think? Do you guys like the pink? There's also clouds. There's also, I just love all the cute little sakura trees. How cute. Usually I use the Wisdom Forest, which is also really nice because it's very fantastical. So, but I agree. I like the pink as well. The pink is the cutest. Okay, guys, let's get writing. You guys ready? Let's do this. Let's get lots of writing done. I feel the vibes. I feel the creative juices, okay? That kind of sounds a bit weird, but I'm going to stop talking and let's go ahead and do some writing. Let's go. Okay, so I totally did not see that we finished a writing session. I had like my headphones blasting, so that's why. But that's the end of the writing session. Comment your words. I did not get a lot of words because I'm plotting at the moment, but let's see. 421. That's my words. And I'm using my laptop now to actually write. But that was what we were doing. Yep. Wow, 505. Did some editing. 217. 333. 602. 200. Drafted a chapter. That's really good. 200. Got some plotting done. Same as me, bestie. I feel like sometimes I forget I'm on live. I was like just writing. So like strictly trying to reread a bunch of things and just like figure out this scene. And it always comes to a time where you're just trying to figure out which way to go, this way or this way. And it's like completely different ways. So like that's always so stressful. And I always just like need to get it done when I haven't figured out which way I'm going to go yet. So yes, that is the vibe. Yeah, welcome if you're just joining, but we just did a good writing session for 30 minutes. It was pretty good. I think I did fine. But yeah, usually if you guys have watched my recent vlog, I do 1 hour writing sessions where basically, yeah, it takes me like a long time to get into the writing mood. So that's why it takes me a little while. So yeah. Hi from Brazil. Hello. Okay. How about we do another Q&A session just really quickly, and then we can maybe do one more session. I'm not sure if you guys are curious about that. If you guys want to do another session or not. Oh, thank you. Okay. We have someone who's quite new to my channel. Thank you for coming and joining. I'm so happy you're here. What's my book about? I think my main novel that people know on my channel is called Ghost Side. It's kind of a ghost story. It's a literary fiction story about 4 ghosts who meet one girl and a lot of stuff happens. It's really difficult to pitch it, but I'm getting really cold. I feel like I'm gonna turn off my aircon real quick. But yeah, that's what my book is about. It's kind of about life, being a teenager, family, struggling with mental health, a lot of different themes like that. Struggling with high school, with fitting in, with growing up, and stuff like that. So that's kind of the vibe. So yes. Yeah, we can totally do another session. For sure. What's my favorite writing snack and drink? I really love, I don't really eat too much when I'm writing. Sometimes I do eat chips. Like in my last live on my Discord, I was like, yeah, I love something with chips. I also like chicken crimpy shapes, which is an Australian thing. I also like dark chocolate. But I usually just drink tea and water and jasmine tea or milk tea. Sometimes if I go to a coffee shop, it's actually, yeah, very specifically, it's my order is usually a latte or sometimes a caramel latte if I need some sugar, and also a bowl of really delicious sweet potato chips. Ugh, I like don't like sweet potato, but sweet potato chips when it's like doused in salt with aioli, I wouldn't mind that. And this particular cafe I go to, so good. So I really love that. Ooh, very interesting question. You give really good questions. If your story had a signature scent, what would it be? What emotions would that scent evoke? Ooh, ghost side? For some reason, the signature scent I think of is just like musty, dusty locker and like fire. Maybe crackling fire. Crackling fire. I have this crackling. I love how for my birthday and for Christmas, I've asked for a crackling candle like every year. And I got like 6 candles and none of them were crackling. And I'm just like, I have too many candles. I just want a crackling candle. But then my mom and dad got me a crackling candle. But it broke off a little bit, so now it's like stuck in there. But this like crackles. So I think a crackling, not musty dusty, a crackling fireplace. What else? Ooh. But what about my fantasy novel? What would that smell like? That would smell like oak. Like oak and fir wood. Like a man. But like with metal as well, because like there's knights in that book as well. So, but very interesting question. I've heard lots of writers light candles actually to get into the particular mood depending on its scent. So that's really cool. Thank you for that question. Ooh, okay. Bit of a longer question. How can I add subtle but noticeable romantic tension? I want to be subtle enough so that people would argue about whether or not they're friends or more. Okay, so there's actually not a resolution to like whether or not they're actually romantically intrigued. What do you call that? I don't know. Noticeable tension. Let's think. Let's workshop this a bit. I think it's good. I see it a lot in stories where the guy especially is quite outgoing and quite flirtatious as just a guy. Or it can be a girl the same way. So it's like you don't know, like based off his usually outgoing, like, I don't know, personality, he maybe touches or kind of like pushes and like challenges. It's more flirtatious, but that's just who he is. That could be maybe like a subtle, noticeable, romantic, subtle. Or something like them remembering something from their childhood or remembering something to like bring. I think like subtle romantic gestures are just really sweet ones, which kind of is something you would do for your best friend. You know, like getting them study snacks. That's also just like a best friend stuff, but it could be romantic. I don't know. I don't write too much like contemporary romance, so I'm not that good at that sort of stuff. How much plotting should I do before starting to write the first chapter? I honestly think, yeah, you don't need to plot the whole book. I would recommend it because it helps you just get that like confidence in like how you're starting your book. If you know your full circle of the story, you can bring in really important features as soon as the first chapter comes. But at the end of the day, you just got to start your book. So if it's stopping you, like if plotting is stopping you from writing the book, just start writing. Yes. Do I know how many words I've written overall? Oh, I don't know. I've written a 70K manuscript. I've written, I think, a 30K manuscript. I've written 70K again. Are you guys keeping track? I've written like a couple first drafts or zero drafts, which are like 30,000 words. I think I've written like 3 of those. So that's like 90K, 70K, which is like 1600K. Whoa. Wait. Yes. I don't know. I don't know, but it's just, I just more so measure it by books, if that makes sense. So, yes. Yes, the chicken crimpies. We get it. We get it. Whoa, I just got like, you know, you get those heart like zaps. Ow. When you breathe in. Ow. That hurt. Ooh, okay. Question about the live stream of my. Sorry, my brain is not working this morning. It's way too early. Yeah, it's in like the general chat. I think I just have like an Anna's lectern thingy. So if you're on my Discord, you can definitely go there. But if you're on when I'm on, you'll know where it is. It'll have like I'm a part of the room. So yeah. The tall figure was huge. That's valid. Sometimes you just gotta write like that. Like just get the point across. Oh my gosh, you remember. Yeah. I remember talking about yeah, my editor, I have a particular line in my book, Go Side, that's like it's like the rain smelled like ants, which it does, okay? And my editor was like, "What? I don't know what that means. Like, what the heck?" But I'm like, "No, you don't understand because at least in Australia, that's like you start to see ants, smell ants. There's ants everywhere. That's when you know a storm is coming." So I've kind of started to associate ants with rain. I think it's really interesting for characters to have that sort of association, or just very niche. I just didn't realize how niche it was and how it didn't really make sense. But ants to me smells like rain. Well, it smells like the rain's coming. So, but that's yeah for Go Side. Thank you for remembering that. Oh my gosh. Ooh, I love song questions. They're my favorite. What song reminds you most of your projects? I think I've already always said Scott Street reminds me of Go Side. I've been actually, guys. Like, I'll show you. These 1, 2, 3, 4 songs from Arcane, so good. Like Wasteland, The Line, Playground, and Fantastic. I'm feeling fantastic. I'm flipping fantastic. So good. And they actually get me like into the vibe of my current book. So Arcane soundtrack. So good. So yeah. Tips for writing locations you've never seen in real life. Maybe just going on Pinterest. And it doesn't need to be, it depends if it's like historically and you're writing like a historical fiction where it kind of needs to be as similar as possible. You just gotta look up, go on maybe Google Maps or Google Earth. That could be something. But again, it depends on what genre and also what time period you're looking at. I think you don't have to, you can just take inspiration. At least that's because I write a lot of historical fantasy, if that makes sense. So it's not that serious, but I don't really have too many tips unless you go there, obviously. Let's see. My favorite book idea or come up with. For some reason, I always think I go to what's it called? Project CZ. Do you guys know that project? Oh my gosh. I still want to write it eventually, but it's just not there. Like, it's such a big world that there's so much to like plot that it's like definitely a sort of book. You know how some authors have those books that they work on their whole life? Not me voice cracking so bad. I feel like I'm a teenage boy. That's definitely that project. And that idea, you can watch a couple of my old videos, but it's basically where there's like a deceased god and there's this golden city that leads to portals. And these portals are from different worlds. And that was like the meeting place. Like the city was the meeting place of these portals. And yeah, it follows this chick who like her friend disappears into one of the portals and she gets into the city and gets attacked. And then she gets saved by these orphans of war and they help her find her friend. So I really like that idea. I think it's just like something I would be in awe at if I was like a kid, like reading this for the first time. So it's very otherworldly, which I really love. Questions. There's lots of questions because a lot of you guys are here. Oh, very interesting question, Joy. What topic or genre of writing intimidates me most? Ooh, what intimidates me? I guess fantasy sometimes because it needs to make sense, but also in terms of topics, like definitely mental health or things that are very personal to me, I feel quite intimidated writing. Or just like kind of scared, afraid, because there's lots of personal things you incorporate in your writing. So it's difficult to have to plot that out and kind of objectively write it, but also subjectively because you're in it, but you also need to be like a impartial writer, right? So it's a bit intimidating, especially when you have to go through old journals and read about these emotions you had ages ago that you've now gone over. And I think this translates a lot to my poetry writing where I read lots of poetry. And I was talking to my friend Ashley about this, who's also a writer, where I'm so mad at myself, for example, for not seeing the signs of particular things that were happening to me. And I was writing about it. Like you could tell, like I can tell now in hindsight that like that was what I was feeling, but for some reason I was masking and not realizing it. So I think there's such power in writing, but also when you go to read it back, it's this sort of like, whoa. And I think that's also with books where you kind of, I don't know, kind of get over these feelings, but have to like regurgitate them in your writing. So maybe that's something. If not, all writing intimidates me, to be honest, because it's hard. It's very, very hard. But great question. Thank you. Definitely Ghost Side. I could see it so well. That would be pretty epic. Ghost Side, or I see it so much with like my first project I ever wrote, which was like a science fiction book. I loved it so much though. It was so, so cool. And I saw it literally as like an animated show. Like I loved Avatar Last Airbender. I still do. But like that was how I imagined the show sort of style, and it was so cool. The story was literally about this character who went to another country. It was heavily inspired by Avatar, like Pandora Avatar, and yeah. She falls in love with this prince who's an alien. It's not a weird story. I know there's some weird alien stories out there, but it was kind of cool. Yeah. You miss my bangs? Wait. Do you mean my bangs like my fringe? No. Actually, sometimes I can't stand watching my old videos because my fringe is it's so greasy, so uneven, so like not even brushed out. Do not watch my old videos where I dyed my hair black and I was just wearing this box cut because my forehead is quite big. And as a kid, I had a fringe and a bob cut. That's how I looked. And I wanted it again, and I thought it looked so cute with like a black hair and like a fringe, like so gothy. I hate, oh, so bad, but we need that. And it's sucky even more because those videos do the best in my channel. So everyone's watching a video of me looking terrible. So I do love bangs. I kind of want to cut. I mean, I still have, it's a bit longer now, but that used to be a lot shorter. I got my cousin to cut my hair. She's good at it. But I'm trying to grow my hair as long as possible. It's so short still. But it used to be like all the way down here before I came back from the Netherlands. But then I cut it and now it's like really short. It was like here when I cut it, I think. And I hated it. I love long hair. So I'm just trying to grow it. And I low-key want to dye it blonde, but I know how expensive it is and how much you have to like upkeep it. So yeah. But should we get writing soon? It's like nearly past for me. We can do another question. I love Arcane. Oh my gosh. So delayed. Emily's here. Hello. Sorry, I'm very delayed with these comments. Do I ever write in class? No, I don't have time to now. The lecturers are so quick in how they speak. So I used to, though, in high school, for sure. For sure. Okay. I'm reading all like the comments like back to like what I was talking about because I should like scroll as I'm talking, but I just get try curtain bangs. Yeah. Because I like to do this where it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, bangs upkeep. Yeah, it's really hard to do. So I like it here normally. It's fine. Thank you. Oh, thanks, guys. We're back. Stop. Okay, we're gonna do some more writing. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your questions. Maybe we can do a quick question at the end, but I hope you're here to write. Maybe comment below your project name because I really want to know. Because I think a project name really does reflect. I mean, sometimes it could just be like 2 letters, but sometimes it's just like, I don't know, Project Ash, which is so cool. Project Crypt, so cool. Project, I don't know, something. Okay. Project Lily. Okay. Sounds really pretty. Project Silky. Project Empaths, the Bohemian. Cool. Project Scholar. Project Wonderlight. That's so pretty. Memento Mori. When the Stars and Moon Align. Project Milius Wish. Project Nyx. Stargazing. Project Castle. Project Snakes. Project Stardust. Project Moon. Project The Lies We Tell. Project Air. Project Arise, Project Statue. Ooh, Project Beach House. That sounds really fun. Project TOS, T-O-S. Project The Fool's Blade. Ooh, I like that. The Outskirts. Project Owl. Project New World. Valid. Project SOK. SOK. What does that stand for again? I don't know. Sorry, I'm distracted. The Curse of the Elvens. Ooh. Project Pearls and Roses and Project Umbra. Umbra? Project Moon, we got. Project Fairy Tale. Project Loa. Project Swear It. Project Celador. That's interesting. Doll Daisies. Wow, there's so many. Project Diaries. Secret Magic. Wolf. Project Fairy Tale. I know, everyone's writing so many projects. Project Pearl of the Sea, Project SOS, Project Whiten or Within, I'm not sure. It gives me hope for this generation. Project Difficulties, was it? I don't know. Project Spontaneous, Project... There's so many. Like my eyes are like going crazy. Project Monsters, Project Monarch. And I love that little emoji. That sounds so cool. Very cool. Thank you so much for all those little comments. I'm very excited about your projects. They all sound really cool, especially like Stardust or Moon. I love those sort of celestial stories. Project Doppelganger. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, let's get writing. I'm gonna show my screen again. Hopefully this works again. I'm gonna check myself down there. We're gonna go for 30 minutes, I think. Should we go for 30 minutes? Does that sound good? Okay, I'm gonna mute myself, and I'll turn off my camera for a bit because I need to hop to the loo, but I will come back and continue writing. So good luck, everyone. Let's write for 30 minutes and get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome back. We have finished our writing sessions. Plural. Good job. So we've technically written for a whole hour today already. I'm low-key exhausted. It's kind of... I'm like so convinced my posture was not okay. And I've been... Surprise, surprise. It's pretty bad. Get that out of the shot. Anyways, I didn't get a lot of word count done because I'm plotting and stuff like that, but I figured out a couple more things, which is good. So comment below your word count. I feel like we did pretty well. Everyone's back. That's amazing. Let me know how you guys did. I feel like, yeah, usually the second session is not as, well, maybe it's better. I don't know. In my case, it wasn't as good, but I still got lots of progress in, which is the main thing. I think it's important to remember that word count is not everything, and that is totally okay. But yeah, awesome. We have some 100 words, 237, 535. Ooh, total 1,000. Sorry. 417, 391. Really good. So people did pretty well, like almost 1,000 words for this stream, which is really, really good progress. 1,000 words is a lot of words. Like when you think about it, at least compared to like assignments, that's like more than half an assignment. You know what I mean? Total's 1,500. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. Good job. That's amazing. Yeah, I'm so proud of you guys. You guys did really well. I always feel productive when I have streams, so it's always a good vibe. It's always a good thing. Yeah. I'll probably end the stream here. I hope you guys had a wonderful time just chilling with me. Thanks for joining and for staying around if you stayed around for the whole stream. If not, you can always come back and see what I said and just like ride along with me. But I had so much fun. Thank you. And yeah, hopefully I have a lot more writing content, a lot more writing lives soon. I'll let you guys know when the next one is. It could be in a couple weeks. Maybe you want to do it 2 times a month. That could be really, really cool. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I love you all so much. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you. Thanks for coming along. I love you guys so much. So yeah, bye everyone.